round number 4 of season 14, and we are in Marina Bay. Lawless to Clerk on pole from Akari and Theodore Schumacher. Then it's MF1 Rob, Carlos Kynes, and Anot Huey. Neil Rez is 7th from Dash Sanchez and Jaco Tigranes, with Leo running out the top 10. Then it's Pastor Maldonado in 11th from Inet Babness and Rabo 13th. Then it's David Camno, Daniel Bontasarov, Mahavira Gunathan, and the championship leader Sebo Campo only 17th. Then it's UK Ball, Marcus Nelson, Yuki Suo, Bob, and JD Venter. With Akari having his best ever career start with 2 Skodas behind Lawless to Clerk as all 5 lights go on. Here in Marina Bay, we go green. And that is a pretty even start from the top 2. Akari might actually get a better second phase of the launch, and he already is ahead of Lawless to Clerk, who decided to start on the hard tires. So it's Akari who leads the way from Lawless to Clerk, and the 2 Skoda cars squabbling over the final points, podium position rather. UK Ball, he's dropped all the way down to 20th position. Not the start that the season 10 champion would have wanted to have. But out in front, Pinnacle Formula E team finally lead a race off the start after having a P2 qualifying position. Anot Huey then with a 5-second time penalty further back, looking behind, and we have a virtual safety car. David Camino out of the E3, and that is that Brawn car in the wall. As all the cars had to funnel through there, it looks like it must have been shuffled to the edge of the track. Very much not ideal for the Brawn Honda Grand Prix team, who just acquired sponsorship from Zoom. And certainly not zooming away anymore. They are currently 20 seconds and out as the virtual safety car is about to end. We go racing again on lap 1:15 here in Singapore. And for the Philippine drivers today, this is probably going to be one of their better chances to win a race, especially if your name is Akari, because you are leading out there. We have 4 Philippine drivers here, and this is as close to a home race as they get. Well, that is until season 15, because, you know, you never know. There could be a chance for a Philippine Grand Prix, E3 rather. And out has gone Yuki Suo at the chicane. That is the road in Toyota. What happened there? I think, yeah, both crashes must have involved the championship leader. Not too sure what's happening with that then. But virtual safety car calls for a second time in the C3. And this for Pinnacle. This could be pretty good for them. All Leo has to do to help out his teammate is get past a few more cars, and this is going to go pretty well for them as long as they can actually, you know, finish the race. Because aside from Monaco last time out, where we had so many crashes that we were forced to fly a red flag, this race is a race of attrition. The teams also worked very quickly to get those cars back in action last time out. So some of the teams, like Brawn, who had massive crashes and shunts, the cars will have been slightly affected. But Akari now begins the 3rd lap with a 1:26.766. 12 laps to go here in Marina Bay. And going on board with Theodore Schumacher now. He started 3rd and he lost out that 3rd position to his own teammate. And another retirement, and that is from Mahavira Gunathan at the same place as Yuki Suo. What is causing these drivers to wreck so much at that part of the track? And we now see why Hyperdrive have had so many problems with actually trying to get up the order. Both of their drivers started on the hard compound of tires, and you don't need to be a scientist to know that starting on the hards, you'll be allowed to go very far into the race, but you shouldn't use them at all because of how slow they are. There's always a rain risk around Singapore as well, and we have another yellow flag and spinning. It's Carlos Kynes. Up ahead there is Theodore Schumacher, and he is out of the C3 as well. Only caught the spinning Jaguar there. But once again, another retirement, and this time it was for a higher position. Seems like MF1 World must have been involved as well. Might have been an overtake tried by Theodore Schumacher, because MF1 World is missing part of its front wing. So is Salas Kynes. Akari's front wing, the race leader, still intact. But I expect some cars to come into the pits. The track surface here, very abrasive. So, yeah, pit stops can be made very early, as into the pits come both MF1 World, Akari, and Salas Kynes. Akari coming in seems to be a strategic move. Other teams coming in at the same time. And that is Daniel Bogdasarov getting priority at Andretti. So, Lawless Leclerc leading the way 5 seconds ahead of Pastor Maldonado. Then it's Leo, the Lamborghinis of Jaco Tigranes and Marcus Nelson. Strange that they decided not to pit either of them. And then it's JD Venter, who should have come in. But you know what? He decided to stay out, and better for him. He's up into 5th place, overtaking Marcus Nelson there. And it's the two hyperdrives, Ocampo, Ukable, and Bob, the drivers who have not made their pit stops. But Akari already hounding the back of that Renault car. And the number 10 today seems like a man on a mission. And what has happened here? Flipping is Jaco Tigranes. Out of the race is Jaco Tigranes. And we've had a massive incident here. Cars going all over the place. Akari involved. Akari going airborne. And he is out. MF1 World also involved. And that means, as Leo round out those turns, oh my goodness me, it's still going on. That number 10 car's been beaten enough, don't you think? Salas Kynes now just about getting out of there. But my goodness me, we're down to only 13 runners. 14 rather. But Kynes has to come in. Surely he was in the thick of it. So it's Leclerc who leads the way. Leo in the pits. Virtual safety car ending after a massive shunt. Just a reminder that there is now a rule in place that if we lose more than half of the cars before we hit 5 laps to go, we must red flag the race. If we haven't surpassed 5 laps, then we will restart the race entirely. If we have surpassed 5 laps, then we will lose a chunk of the racing laps that we've done. But Leclerc leading the way 15 seconds ahead of INF Happiness. Leo, the man currently third, as we have another yellow flag. And that yellow is for the race leader. Damn, is the word from Sebo Campo, who must have been told what's happening here. And yes, Lawless Leclerc out of the E3. Badness now will inherit the race lead. Leo will currently be P2, and he probably looks to be the favourite to win the C3. One Pinnacle car didn't benefit, the other looks to be singing. We go racing again then. Hopefully we can get some more team radio, other than just a single driver, as we see more drivers come through the section of the track that has taken out many drivers today. On board with JD Venter, currently in 13th place. His teammate has just retired. And I do believe INF Fabness, who should pit in a few laps, could be at a very big advantage here. Enoch Curie currently in P3. And he's got to be very careful about Daniel Bogdasarov right behind him. Yuri also with a 5-second time penalty to his name, don't you forget. Fastest lap going to Mil Rez, a 126 dead. Salas Kynes resetting about 125.8 dead. And he's now been passed by Revo, who sent it down the inside coming through turn number 3. Pretty nice move from the Italian. And this championship still wide open for now. Once we reach race number 6, I found, that's when you know, alright, here are the drivers who are in contention for a World Drivers' Championship. Although sometimes it doesn't turn out like that. Case in point, season 12. As we look now to the race leader, INF Babinus, who's in the wall and out! INF Babinus is out of the Marina Bay E3. Another driver retires from the race. My goodness me. It's a wonder we haven't had a red flag. Virtual safety car ending then. We've had 10 drivers retire already. Oh, Marcus Nelson just hits the wall. What was that? Looked like another unforced error. Riding the wall there. Wasn't even paying attention. But my goodness me, that was uncanny. We're now at half race distance. And it is Leo who leads the way from Not Huey and Daniel Bogdasarov. Daniel Bogdasarov, this is the race. This is the one race that he really would love to win again. This is the race he won in his debut season. As you can see behind Mealres, just about trying to take P4 from Dav Sanchez, takes P4 from Dav Sanchez, but Sanchez will have the inside line. Not quite close enough to make a cheeky little lunge there. But you want to know who will? It's Ravo in the 7, sending it down the inside, and we have another VSC. And oh my goodness me, coming up to it with Ravo. What was that? Dav Sanchez now with a 5-second time penalty. We've lost. Oh my goodness me. Oh my god. Airborne went JD Venter. Sebo Combo in the thick of it as well. He went airborne. And he's going to come out of it in P8. At P7, Marcus Nelson will be 8. And we are going to fly. I think they're going to fly a red flag. I think as soon as they're ready to, I think they'll fly another red flag. Because 8 cars left with over half of the race to go. And yeah, they have flown the red flag into the pits. Does come Leo as the red flag has been called. With the race laps reduced now, we're back to racing again. And I believe we will have about 7 laps of racing, maybe around that number. Because we have just had a red flag, period, for the second weekend running. We're still trialing red flags for this season. They might not come back for season 15, just letting you guys know. Because it's basically just editing in. Well, as the 5 lights go on, we'll have 6 more laps of racing here in Marina Bay. And the Marina Bay E3 is green again. Leclerc getting a much better start off the line than Akari. Of course, all these teams rebuilding the cars. And F1 World is already in the wall. Well, Theodore Schumacher already out at turn 1. We just called a red flag and we have another virtual safety car. 6 laps to go here in Marina Bay. And it's Leclerc from Akari from MS1 World from an QE. And you could argue technically this is somewhat unfair to those drivers who made it through the melee in the laps prior. But it's all in the interest of safety and the teams actually being very quick to rebuild the cars that they have to. And having spare cars where available, so they just restart with the same grid. Virtual safety car ending then. And we go back racing again. Akari coming through the chicane then. Solos Kynes currently in 5th place. Akari, he's still searching for his first race win. Lawless Leclerc has taken home many race wins in his career. And this could be another one to add to his stockpile. But Akari is definitely hounding the back of that Mercedes car. So we'll see. We'll only know what happens to these guys once the checkered flag falls. Does Akari dare to pull out to the inside? Not quite. He's 0.3 of a second behind the race leader, Lawless Leclerc. He'll have another shot to try and take the position coming through turn 4. But their best shot is turn 6 after the DRS. Here's the DRS activation from Akari. The number 10 car. He led this race before retiring. And after making his pit stop, he's been given an extra life. He's just not quite close enough yet. Coming through turn 7. Trying to go around the outside. Can't make the switchback work. Does Akari. He's still close coming through 8. heading down towards turn number 9. And which sends them through the flicks of 11 and 10. That's 9, 10 and 11. And he's losing a little bit of time as they come through turn number 12. On board with Akari then, as he still tries to gain some time on Leclerc, and he's just not quite close enough to make any sort of moves yet. And I think he's just trying to wait. He's trying to pick his perfect opportunity. As we go on board with Pastor Maldonado in the number 99 car. He's been passed by Leo. And I think he might be passed by the 2 Hyperdrive cars behind him. Hyperdrive Racing having an awful qualifying. And they're going to need a better excuse than that if they're not to get any points. We've got 3 more laps to go here in Marina Bay. The tyres not actually being that, well, they're not being that poorly shredded. And that's allowing Akari to gain. And he's just not close enough at all. 3 tenths is the gap. 2 tenths is the gap. He must want to be closer. He wants to fill Leclerc's mirrors with only that black and red Pinnacle car. As they fly by us now. We're coming through the chicane, almost hitting the barriers. It's a wonder that these guys don't really collide with that inside wall because of how much it's sticking out. It's only really the outside and they collide. But Akari still chasing down the British driver in the 16. And he's still not sensing any real opportunities to go for the move. MF1 World trying to defend from an RQE. As it stands, MF1 World would drop outside of the points because of his 5-second time penalty for colliding with his own teammate. Lap 11 then. Got 2 laps to go. It's not even lap 11, to be completely honest. Staying on board with Lawless Leclerc. Because further back, it looks like Neil... No, look at that! Tigranes bumping into the back of Carlos Sainz there, who tries to get past, drawing a level with Daf Sanchez. This is for 6th place. It's a 3-way bout for 6th place. And out of the race has gone Daf Sanchez, fighting over that 6th position. Tigranes with a 5-second time penalty. And that's Daniel Bogdasarov also out of the race. And that is where that Andretti car has parked up. We've lost 2 cars in a single incident for Akari. He just wants to get back racing. He wants to get back at a shot of winning this Marina Bay 3. And the question is now, can he do it? He's going to start the penultimate lap in 2nd place. This might even come down to the last lap for Akari. But MF1 World, he's lurking in the back, 4 tenths off the back of that Pinnacle car ahead of him. And it's on the straights where Lawless Leclerc somehow is getting a major speed advantage compared to his competitor in the number 10 car. DRS still active, he's barreling down the straight, he's closed the gap to 2.7, I guess, tenths of a second. But that gap opening up as they go through the turns, it's now 6 tenths, closed back up to 3. Can he even sniff an opportunity to overtake the car ahead of him? I don't know if he can. Has he run out of laps? He's gonna get another helping of DRS going into the sharp right-hander. And he doesn't look to try and take the inside line either. He's not quite there. Further back, Babinas has gone past Leo for 8th place. Ravo looking for P9 on Pastor Maldonado. It might be a similar overtake for the lead. Akari drops down the inside. They're still level coming out of the chicane. Akari tries to switch back, coming through the double left-hander to begin the final lap of the Marina Bay E3. Leclerc sitting in fastest 3rd sector. He was truly under pressure there to try and hold on to that race lead. lead from Mercedes from the E team. But as it stands, Leclerc still holding on. He's just grasping at straws at this point to try and hold on to that race lead. He needs every single ounce of strength that Mercedes can give him. Akari needs every single molecule of power that his powertrain and his car can give him. But as it stands, the gap 7 tenths. His teammate setting the fastest first sector. Can he take the lead on this final lap of the Marina Bay E3? He doesn't look to try and take the inside. It is very deep into that turn when flawless to go. This could be a very good opportunity for Akari to try and take the lead here in Marina Bay. He is 4 tenths off. He's got DRS and it's a virtual safety car. Matt Viragunathan, Sebo Campo and JD Venter all out. And that should bring an end to the C3. It will be Lawless Leclerc who takes home the race win in the streets of Marina Bay. And that was a very close finish. If it wasn't for this virtual safety car, it probably would have been Akari. But because of it, Lawless Leclerc will come home and he wins the Marina Bay E3. Akari second, MF1 World third on the road. Then it's Inoculi, Milrez, Tigranes, Kynes, Babinas, Leo, Maldonado, and Revo. Then it's Camino, Ukable, Marcus Nelson, Bob, and Yuki Suro provisionally. And this is your podium then. After a red flag period, Lawless Leclerc takes home the race win here in Marina Bay. Akari just hoping he can never see another virtual safety car again. But that hampered him quite a bit. And Inoculi coming home with a P3 due to MF1 World's 5-second time penalty. Then it's Milrez, the aforementioned MF1 World, Starless Kynes, Aina Babinas, Leo, and Pastor Maldonado. Revo taking home that 1 point in 10. Then it's Jacques Tigranes, David Camino, UK Ball, Marcus Nelson, Bob, Yuki Suro. Your finishes, your non-finishers were JD Venter, Mahavir Ragunathan, Sebo Campo, Daf Sanchez, Daniel Bogdasarov, and Theodore Schumacher. And technically the entire grid if you count the pre-red flag. In the driver's standings, INF Babinas takes the lead by only 2 points from Sebo Campo and Revo, just a single point behind. We definitely have a three-way fight for the title, at least. And then it's Starless Kynes, Inoculi, Lawless Leclerc, and JD Venter. Then it's Ukable, Milrez, Mahavir Ragunathan tied with Akari, Jacques Tigranes tied with MF1 World, Pastor Maldonado. Then it's Daf Sanchez tied with David Camino, Yuki Suo, Leo, Bob. Your point scorers, your non-point scorers for the time being are Daniel Bogdasarov, Marcus Nelson, and Theodore Schumacher. Coming into the next round of the season in Las Vegas. Like the Drive Racing lead the way, miles ahead of Mercedes FE team, and then it's Red Bull, 2 points ahead of Jaguar, 1 point ahead of DS Andretti. Then it's Braun Honda Grand Prix, Renault Edams, 2 points ahead of Pinnacle, and then it's a three-way tie for last place, all on 14 points. We'll see you guys later today then for the Las Vegas E3.